Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, and this is your guide to Heathrow Airport. So guys, as you can see, I'm in front of Terminal 3 here at Heathrow, and where is Heathrow Airport? So Heathrow is located in the west of London, in the borough of Hillingdon, I think it is, basically. And getting here is very easy via road and rail also. So, via road, the nearest major motorways are the M25 and the M4. Once you come off the M25, you turn off onto the M4 junction. The number I can't remember, but I'll put it on the screen. And once you get onto the M4, it is a very short distance from there. If you're coming off of the M4 and into the airport car parks, give yourself ample time, because the traffic getting into the airport via car can be very busy. So give yourselves extra time. So guys, I'm standing here in the central bus station here at Heathrow Airport, and this is outside of terminals 2 and 3. So this bus station is a mixture of local buses that serve London and regional and national buses also. The bus station is split into two parts. There's one section where you get the local buses, where there's a normal bus stop and you can see exactly the bus times. And then there's another part on the other side where it's only for national express buses, or buses that are travelling certain lengths and distances. So this is really cool because there's a waiting area in the middle, and also as well, if you're staying in a hotel near to Heathrow like I did, this is probably where you'll get a bus to and from to that hotel. So here guys, you can see an example of some buses. So flight line 102, you can see it goes from Heathrow right here all the way to High Wycombe in Buckinghamshire in the Chiltern Hills. And you can also see another bus as well here that goes all the way from here to Harlow in Essex and one towards Stevenage. Here you can see a bus that goes towards Surrey, so Walton-on-Thames basically. You've got one that goes towards Sippenham as well. And you can just see all the bus timetables here basically as well, pretty much. And you kind of get a gist of how often they are, for example. You can see how often the buses come. So if you're travelling from further afield, you can also get buses here as well, depending on where you're coming from. And this map here illustrates all the public transport options available from the airport here. So you can see you've got the Elizabeth line, the way that we came in, pretty much. And then you've got all the various bus routes that take you as far as the east of England, up towards the East Midlands, West Midlands in the north, the south coast, and pretty much you name it. So yeah, again here you can see the bus number and where it goes exactly, pretty much. So you can see there a variety of areas. There's also a park and ride bus that goes between the terminals, I think, as well. If you're catching a bus in London locally, you can use your Oyster or contactless, the same methods that you use for the Elizabeth line, the London Underground and so on. But if you're using a National Express bus, you'd have to book it either in advance, or I think you can book it here at the airport also. So I've come to Terminal 2, and down here is also where you can get buses and also taxis as well, basically. So I've just seen the park and the Heathrow Terminals bus, like the park and ride bus, that's just stopped. And down here as well is where you can get taxis. But I will warn you, getting taxis from an airport like Heathrow can be very expensive, and I wouldn't recommend it unless you had no other alternative. So taxis from here are always done via the meter, and there is a queue, and then there's someone working in the queue that will give you a rough quote of how much it will cost to get to your destination. If you're going from here, Heathrow Airport, all the way to central London by a taxi, you're looking at, I'm going to be honest, probably at least £100, depending on traffic and so on. It's very expensive. So I would always recommend getting the train of central London over taxis. If you're going somewhere local, like, I don't know, like maybe around Hounslow or whatever, taxis probably might be a bit better. So over there, guys, in the background, you can see the queue for the taxis there. It's a taxi queue right there. There's a guy, they'll start them working, they're helping them. And then once the queue empties, this queue of taxis will come and essentially join the queue, guys. So guys, if you're coming from Terminal 2, you can see there, that's the international arrivals. You come out there, come out here, come down one level, and that's it right there. But the main central bus station is probably the best bet to get a coach, depending on where you're going. But if you want to get taxis, you go all the way here. Also as well, guys, there is a bus here called the Hotel Hopper Bus. So sometimes if you stay in a hotel near to the airport, there may be a shuttle bus service that takes you to the airport to drop you off. They may drop you off right here, basically, into Terminal 2. But there is a hotel hopper bus service as well. So, parking at Heathrow Airport. So guys, I can't stress how expensive it is to park in this airport. I want to parked here for 15 minutes and I paid about £7.50, something like that. It's ridiculous. But there are a variety of parking options in every terminal in this airport. There's also a valet service here as well, where you can leave your cars with a valet and they'll look after it for a duration of time whilst you're out the country. I would typically only recommend it if you're going for long periods of time, but there is a variety of parking options here in the airport, but they're very expensive. Also as well, guys, if you're dropping someone off at Heathrow Airport, there is a £6 terminal drop-off charge. No matter the terminal, you have to pay £6 just to drop them off. I will warn you, as you can see, it applies to all vehicles, £6 each visit, pay before drop-off or by midnight next day, and there's the information there that you can pay. So it's very expensive, guys, as I told you, to drive to this airport. So finally, let's talk trains from this airport. So there are 3 types of trains that you can get from this airport. First is the Piccadilly line. This is the oldest line, and this takes you into central London via some lovely areas like Knightsbridge, Hyde Park Corner, Piccadilly, so on and so forth. It is a slower train, but depending on where you're staying, you get into London via that route. That's the first one. The second one is the Elizabeth line, and the third one is the Heathrow Express. Now, both of those enter central London via Paddington Station, but the main difference is time and cost. So the Heathrow Express is the fastest. It is a direct train that takes about half an hour, but it is very, very expensive. And I would only recommend it if you're staying in Paddington and you're desperate to get to London. Heathrow Express. The Elizabeth line goes through central London, through areas like Paddington, Bond Street, Liverpool Street, etc., Stratford and so on. And it is a cheaper option, and it is what I call a happy medium of both time and money. Let's have a look at how you enter this airport via the Elizabeth line coming from central London. So behind me you've got the Elizabeth line, Liverpool Street Station. I'm going to take the train from here into Heathrow and show you exactly how to get there and what the journey entails. Now, on a personal level, I believe if you want a mix of good cost and travel time between central London and Heathrow, I believe the Elizabeth line is probably the best mixture. So as you can see, we are here currently, and the journey time down to Heathrow, depending on where you are, because there's different Heathrow stations. So Heathrow Terminal 5, Heathrow Terminal 4, and Heathrow's Terminals 2 and 3, all different stations. But the journey time is between 40 and 45 minutes from here all the way to Heathrow. So guys, you always want the westbound train. So platform B, you can see Heathrow Airport there with the airport sign. Always the westbound. It'll take you to this door right here. Once you're down to platform level, when you get on the platform, you can see where all the trains are going. So you can see Heathrow Terminals 2, 3 and 4 is the 4th train in 12 minutes. But you can see exactly all the destinations. Now you can see exactly the stations that they stop at, basically. So guys, whilst I sit here and wait for the train, you get an idea of how long the platform is. It doesn't really matter what section of the train that you sit in, because no matter where you get out, you can get out normally. But the trains are very, very long and they're very spacious, so you can put luggage and stuff in there. And I'm going to show you that in a minute, but let's go and get our train. I just arrived at Heathrow Station, Terminals 2 and 3, just got off the train, and literally this from where I am. It's a short walk straight into the terminal, but you can see the journey was about 45 minutes. But yes, I am here in the airport. Just quickly, I need to clarify, but I believe that all journeys between Heathrow stations are free, if I'm not mistaken. I'll put it on the screen. As you can see, I've just arrived. Now, we're going to take the train from here into London now, and I'm going to show you how it all works going the other direction. Let's go and travel. So all over the airport, you'll see signs saying towards the underground and trains. So we go this way. So one cool thing about this airport is these tunnels that link between terminals 2 and 3. I'm not sure if it's the same in the other terminals, but if the terminals are linked, they're linked by underground tunnels. So guys, you can, as I mentioned, you can buy National Express tickets inside the airport. So you can see all the destinations that they go to: Birmingham, Bournemouth, Bristol, Cardiff, Gatwick Airport, Leicester, Southampton and more. And you can buy your tickets in the airport here. So guys, there's two different signs for various platforms. So this one here is for London Underground, the Piccadilly line. So this is the Piccadilly line station here. And then there's a sign here saying Elizabeth line. You follow it that way, and it takes you towards the Liz line and the Heathrow Express. So guys, when you get into the station, you'll see a section where there's machines where you can actually buy a ticket. You can buy an Oyster card, or you can use your contactless as well, basically, to get from here anywhere in London. Now, we're in zone, I'm not sure what zone we're in, I'll put it on the screen, I think special zones. But I'll try and put the cost of travel between here and central London on the screen as well, basically, pretty much. But I'm going to get the Elizabeth line back into central London now. But once you get on the platform 2 takes you towards London, and you'll see screens that tell you about the various destinations on in the station. That is it, guys, for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. I've got one more airport left, Stansted Airport. But in the meantime, write in the comments what you think